Hi, my name is Nicole. Welcome to my channel, Travel to Money. In this video, I am going to share with you about Epcot's Flower and Garden Festival, plus my take on the new Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind ride. If you are new here, I have created this channel to help you learn about how to travel, adventure, and have fun on the road to financial independence. I have traveled the world, paid off a house in Spain, and I'm on a creative journey to financial independence. I believe that the road to financial freedom can and should be fun. I hope that you'll subscribe and join me on this journey, no matter where you are starting from. If you aren't from the land of theme parks and you don't already know, Epcot is one of the theme parks at Walt Disney World in Orlando, Florida. Before I get into the details of Epcot, let me give you a little bit of my theme park background. My first career was working in park operations and water safety for theme parks. I genuinely loved working in aquatics and loved the fast pace of being at a theme park all day. However, when I finished 10 years in that industry, I wasn't exactly lining up to go to theme parks. And to be honest, I'm still not. I would much rather walk the streets of a European city or go on a kayaking adventure than visit a theme park on almost any day of the week. However, I think I've passed the phase of avoidance and begun to find the fun in theme parks again. And let's be honest, no one does it quite like Disney. For the last 20 years of my life, I have spent the bulk of that time in the land of theme parks known as Orlando, Florida. We have Universal Studios, Islands of Adventure, Volcano Bay, SeaWorld, Discovery Cove, Aquatica, and then all of the Disney parks including Magic Kingdom, Hollywood Studios, Animal Kingdom, Epcot, Typhoon Lagoon, and Blizzard Beach. And those are just the main attractions. Because I worked at theme parks and had friends that worked at the others, I never paid to go to a theme park. That was not something I was willing to do. Since then, on a couple of occasions, I have purchased season passes to a park or two. It was such a weird feeling the first time I paid for a ticket, and not a good feeling. I now visit theme parks at least a few times per year because my favorite 13-year-old finds theme parks to be his favorite thing in the world. Recently, I asked him, if you could go anywhere in the whole world, where would you go? He looked at me with eyes full of meaning and said, Florida. Needless to say, we are not wired the same. A few years ago, a friend invited me to come with them to Epcot for the Food and Wine Festival, and this is where my love for theme parks began to take root again. Epcot does a really great job of celebrating different cultures. If you've never been before, the World Showcase is basically a big circle with a lake in the middle. And as you go around the circle, you walk from country to country where the architecture, the food, the design, the merchandise, and even the employees are representative of that country that is on display. That is already a win for me. You get a little taste of so many different countries in a short period of time. I fell in love with the Food and Wine Festival because not only did I get the experience of different cultures, but now I got the special treat of trying authentic foods and beverages from these different countries as well. Forget roller coasters, give me the food. For the last several years, I was gifted the experience from some Disney friends on several occasions. A couple of weeks ago, one of my friends said they could take me and another friend of ours to Epcot for the Flower and Garden Festival, and that we would all get a chance to ride the new Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind ride in a sneak preview that is only for cast members and their guests. I didn't really know what it meant at the time, but I was like, sure, that would be awesome. She began to tell me about the Flower and Garden Festival and said, it's a lot like the Food and Wine Festival. The whole park has plants on display in beautiful and creative ways. Plus, they have food vendors set up all around the park, very similar to what they do at Food and Wine. I was like, how did I not know this? Just a few days ago, the three of us took off for a Disney day at Epcot, and let me tell you, it was an incredible day. After walking through the beautiful entrance of the park, we headed right over for our ride time on the Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. Following the pretty sweet outdoor display, we head indoors for the main queue. And this is one way that Disney really got this one right. If you've never been to Florida in the summer, then you may not understand the heat and humidity. Offering an indoor queue is a win before the win. Not only that, but this queue had a beautiful display in one area and a lot of really cool stuff to look at and watch as you get closer to the ride. Then we stepped in for the reading of our rights. This is where they said, absolutely no filming.
Recording of any type is strictly prohibited. I am very serious about this.
And I get it. So I put my phone away, and unfortunately, I don't have the footage to show you just how absolutely fantastical and totally incredible this ride is. I kid you not, this is my favorite ride of all time. I was grinning from start to finish. The coaster was smooth, there were surprises, but don't worry, nothing scary. The visuals were literally out of this world. You know what I mean? Galaxy out of this world. Anyway, I can't tell you how much I loved this ride, how thankful I am to be one of the folks who got to ride it early, and how sad I am that I won't be able to ride it again for a while. This is a ride that I would wait 3 hours in line for. I don't think I would say that about any other ride. 5 stars all the way. We left that experience with smiles on our faces and ready for the rest of the Flower and Garden Festival. We kicked off our food experience by trying the house-made Italian sausage and peppers poutine in Canada made with plant-based sausage. We are all vegetarian, so even though that limits some of our options, there was still a lot for us to try. It was basically a sausage and pepper mix on top of French fries. I think it was actually my favorite dish of the day. Next, we tried the boneless Impossible Korean short rib at the Trowel and Trellis stand, which is hosted by Impossible, and they had a lot of great vegetarian options. If you like an Asian type of dish with rice and kimchi mayonnaise, this one is for you. After that, we were really full, but we still managed to make room for a goat cheese croissant with herbs and roasted garlic in the France pavilion. It was very warm, rich, and creamy. We didn't have room for any more food, but we saw someone with the Mediterranean flatbread from Morocco, and that looked delish as well. I guess we did make one more stop for food, but this stop is one that you can make at Epcot year-round. While in Mexico, if you enter the Mayan Pyramid, it transports you to the most beautiful evening atmosphere. There is a pretty chill little boat ride and a beautiful restaurant that makes you think you're having dinner alongside a river in Mexico. Rather than check the wait at the restaurant, you can also pop into the bar that is located on the side, which is what we did for a fantastic margarita experience. The only food they serve at the bar is either chips with queso, with guac, or with salsa. In our case, we tried the trio, which had all three. They have quite the margarita and tequila menu, and whatever you order, you will feel it. Now, for all of my carnivore friends, we've heard amazing reviews about the salmon and risotto at the Flavorful Kitchen, the beef tenderloin tips in Canada, and the mala chicken skewer in China. Be sure to check those out. If you've visited Flower and Garden Festival at Epcot, let me know about your favorite dishes in the comments. We got to spend some time in Future World, which is where you can find rides such as Spaceship Earth, Test Track, and the new Guardians coaster. You can also take a boat ride through the hydroponic greenhouses of Living with the Land, seeing plants grown in unique ways, or take a hang gliding trip around the world on Soarin', an IMAX flight simulator which had us jaw-dropped at every turn. Ask to sit in the front row. Heading back to the World Showcase, my favorite countries to visit at Epcot are Japan with the beautiful gardens, France with its cafes and bakeries, Morocco with vibes that I absolutely loved, and of course Mexico. We finished the evening off with the fireworks show Harmonious, which was incredible and moving. Throughout the day, seeing the beautiful flower and garden displays was something really special to experience. I think Epcot has done a great job of working theme parks back into my heart. I honestly can't wait to go again. As for doing it on a budget, if you don't know someone who works for Disney, it is probably going to be a bit pricey. And on that note, if you know someone who does work for a theme park, don't just show up in their life to ask them for tickets. They won't appreciate that. For my frugal friends, I'll be making a video soon about how to have a Disney day on a budget. Anyhow, if you do get a chance to go to Epcot during the Flower and Garden Festival, you won't be disappointed. And for those of you that are ready to ride Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind, it will be opening to the public on May 27th, 2022. If you don't get a chance to visit this year, make plans to visit in the future. The Flower and Garden Festival at Epcot never disappoints. As always, it would mean the world to me if you like this video and subscribe to join me every Sunday where travel and adventure build financial freedom. I can't wait to see where your dreams will take you.